Alright, what is up guys? It's Super here and welcome to the final gear showcase video for Injustice 2. And oh my god, it's been so long since games come out. I've done so many of them. This is the final one. But do not worry, we're still going to play Injustice 2 just fine, like if it was new. But as far as gear showcases are concerned, all the DLC characters have come out. I have organized my inventory in order to minimize the repeated gear. So let's get started here. Let's just show off all the gear that I've acquired in my time of playing Injustice 2 for about 10 months. Has it been 10 months? I think it's more like 9 months, right? Because the game came out in May. I don't know. But the game's been out for a long time, and I have, well, it's mostly my computer. My AI has grinded a lot for these epic gear, legendary gear, of course, and epic abilities, shaders, everything. So I'm here to show it off to you guys. What pretty much almost non-stop grinding up until like a month ago, non-stop grinding for gear looks like. And of course, like I mentioned before, keep in mind that I cleared out my inventory as much as I could, and I have done away with all the like rares and the duplicates and the commons, and even a lot of oh yeah, obviously the duplicate epic abilities or gear that I had. So it might not seem like a lot of gear, but most of these are like unique pieces of epic gear. And as you guys see here, the Gleaming Tide of Battle Trident, and my Xbox went crazy right now. Good thing I have the game actually on the dashboard and not the disc, because I think it wanted to eject the disc. Anyway, this is definitely the best looking trident that Aquaman has. Not the same can't be said for all legendary gear as far as looks are concerned, but this one for sure is the best looking one in my humble opinion, and it looks really good. So of course I'm going to show you guys, since this is the final of these gear showcases, I'm going to show off everything, all of the shaders, all the abilities that I have for each individual character, and it's going to take a while, so buckle up, get some food ready. In these, usually I just talk for, I don't know, like an hour showcasing all this. It does take a long time to showcase all this gear. There's so many characters. I think there's 38 characters, I believe. Somewhere around there. 37, 39, I don't know. Alright, Atom time. Maybe I'll give my opinion on each character as I go along. Atom was a huge surprise to me. Huge surprise to me, because I didn't think I was gonna not even love playing this character as much as I did when he first came out. I haven't really touched him too much since, just because, you know, Ninja Turtles came out and Enchantress came out, so I like abandoned him. But as far as like fun factor, he was definitely out there as one of the most fun characters. It actually, the last 4 DLC characters were a really good stretch, man. Hellboy, Atom, Enchantress, and TMNT. All these characters. Whoa, I didn't erase his rare gear. Okay, this is cool. You guys get to see some rare gear from him. But all those characters were a ton of fun to play. All of them. And I had a blast playing all of them. And this is my favorite ability for him. The Giant Gun. The Atomizer. Really fun to play, because you just see these characters turn giant, and it looks really funny. As far as abilities are concerned, I think that's the only one that I used. And this is my Green Ranger. My Green Ranger color for Atom. I think, is this my Green Ranger costume? Hold up. No, this is my Green Ranger costume, right? Is it? I think it is. Yeah, I kept the green on there. Yeah, this is my Green Ranger Atom. I'll have to bring him back one of these days. And man, the Green Ranger Atom is probably my favorite one to play. I love the green color on Atom. I don't know, he just looks really cool. This is another really cool color for him. But I'll definitely have to make another Atom video with the Green Ranger costume on. When I first saw his gear, I immediately thought of Power Rangers. I don't know why. Just, I guess the high-tech stuff, like high-tech body armor, high-tech gear. I always thought about like the Power Rangers as soon as I saw him. Oh boy. Atrocitus. Blech. I gotta say, guys, as far as character designs, Atrocitus, one of my favorites. I love red and black. It's my favorite color combination, red and black. Like, I think that's why the Red Sun Superman colors and like suit is one of my favorite. I just really love the black and red combination. Maybe it's because I grew up like being a huge Michael Jordan fan. So of course, Chicago Bulls, where they were red, black, and white for home. But my favorite, one of the the uniforms. My God, I was about to say outfits. I'm like, it's early in the morning. Hold on. Where's the time? It's 6 a.m. I apologize if I like fumble over my words a little bit. I just woke up. But my favorite uniforms that they had were just the plain black ones with like the red linings and like the red secondary color. But man, Atrocitus's gameplay and the way people play with him, oh gosh, it makes you want to rip your hair out, and it makes you not want to play the... Ooh, actually, that looks pretty nice. It makes me, at least, want to rip my hair out and not play Injustice 2. At least not play it versus Atrocitus. My God, this character, he's one of the most frustrating things to play against. Because not only does he benefit from walk back, walk back, walk back, but he has some of the best range in the game. Incorporating that with walk back, walk back, walk back, it becomes a really good strategy. And then on top of that, he has Deathstroke that allows him to come in whenever he wants and allows him to pretty much control the game and get away with whatever he wants, even unsafe moves when he's out. Now, there is a severe cooldown, like more so than before, but it's still incredibly frustrating to play versus him. Like, even without Deathstroke, it's still pretty frustrating. Blood Push, this was one of my favorite abilities in the beta. It was really good. I liked it. And I think that's it for Atrocitus. Yeah, this is my favorite color for him. This is another really good one right here. It's more of the black primary color, red secondary color. But like I said, design-wise, Atrocitus, one of the best looking characters. The effect on his blood, the blood puke, blood puddle, stuff like that. Everything looks really good, but I just hate playing him. Wow, that is a great color. Oh my God, why have I never seen anyone play with this color before? This must be one of the new colors. Yeah, it's orange and blue. Yeah, it's definitely one of the new colors. Man, that color is great. Dang, he looks mean as hell. That demon shader. Wow, this is another great color. Damn, these new colors for Atrocitus actually look pretty fucking cool. Alright, and then we got the metallic ones. I wouldn't spend any of my source crystals on that. I forgot to show you some of my classes. If I have any characters that I think have really cool, like, designs that I've made for them, like gear, I'll show you guys them, but until I get to them, I'll just keep it with the, just checking out all the different gear. Alright, so Bane. Bane is one of those scary characters, but he takes a lot of skill to play as. You have to be smart with your Venom. You have to make reads. He's not the easiest character to play versus, or to play as at all, because the game is zoning heavy, walk back, walk back, walk back heavy, and what Bane wants to do is get in on you. Once he gets in and he hits you with a power bomb, man, you have to guess whether he's going to go for another one, whether he's going to go for pressure, whether he's going to, go for a regular grab. There's a lot of guessing game there, but him actually getting in is very tough for him. but I think he's pretty fun. One of my most viewed videos is actually very early on in the game where I, in ranked, keep in mind, this is in ranked, I got a 860 something damage combo because I was like fully venomed up. I was venomed out of my mind. I got in with a jump 3, with a down jump 3, and did the full like meter burn back 3 combo. Oh man, it was so much damage very early on in the game, so I got hyped. That was actually the first set that I played with Bane. Of course I practiced him a little bit before I played him, like I do with most characters. It's actually a cool one right there. But as you guys see, of course, I do have the legendary Venom for Bane, and it's pumping. Look at it. Man, NetherRealm did a great job on effects with a lot of these characters. Even in the little cracks that you could barely see the Venom pumping, you could still see it pumping. So they did a really good job with this. As far as looks wise, you know, you can't really tell too much of a difference between that and a lot of these other Venom accessories that he has. I guess it might be the best one, who knows. I like the design on some of the other ones too, but still nice having the legendary gear. Did I use any of this? Nah, I did not use any of these abilities. Oh, the supercharge, that's right. So I used this in pairing with my legendary gear. So Venom's boost is supercharged, but no longer adds armor to attacks. Now what this does is supercharge actually adds, I think, a 50% increase when he's venomed up. Let's see, additional, when supercharge expires, the withdrawal symptoms are reduced. I don't think this is the 50%. I think that's the legendary gear ability, but let's see, when reduced to 5% health or lower. No, yeah, supercharge does give Bane a 50% increase in damage when he's venomed up. So what I did was incorporate that with the extra damage that you get when you have the legendary gear on, and it made for huge damage combos. But I don't think it's worth it because you lose the ability to have armor on your moves, and the whole point of it is to get high damaging combos, which could only be really attained in level 3 Venom. And with the legendary gear, every time that you use your Venom, you actually lose damage when the Venom runs out and you're on cooldown, which is dumb. Or maybe to balance it out, but at least make it like half of what it is. Dude, level 3 is ridiculous. You literally lose 300 damage, 250 damage. Pretty much a full combo from a normal character. You're losing that just because you went to level 3 trait. It's dumb. Alright, so now Batman, and we all know... Hold on, let me take a sip here. We all know that Batman is the poster boy of injustice. It was pretty much the same. Superman and Batman, but mostly Batman in this game. They treated him really well with gear. He has the most gear in the game, probably, and the most unique, the most epic. He has a lot of cool looks. Obviously, Batman's been around for a long time. He's had a lot of different looks, but I think they could have treated Superman the same way. I know Superman's costume is more generic, basic, with the tights, the cape, you know. Oh, look at World's Greatest. This is my favorite gear that I have. This one right here, just this. I'll go back to the chest pieces, but just this right here. Fucking classic as Batman. Oh my god. This is as classic as I can make it. I try to make it as bare bones as possible. I added the belt, legendary belt, just because it matches with the World's Greatest. But I try to make them as classic as possible. No leg armor. The most minimal arm pieces that I could give them with the smallest blades. I love this, man. This is one of my favorite gear sets in the game. Like, just gear creations that I've made and other people have made. I love it so much. World's greatest. The best gear in the game. The best single piece of epic gear, in my opinion, world's greatest. I love it so much. So what was I saying again? Oh yeah, they could have like given Superman a little bit more love with the gear. Like I said, I know the tights and everything, it's more like generic than cool armor that they could and did give Batman. But I think there's a lot of different looks that Superman has throughout the history of his comic book life that they could have given him some more looks. And it really sucks that they didn't. Wow, that actually looks pretty badass. The Justice League piece, oh my god, look at this piece. That actually looks pretty fucking cool. You know what? I think I have legendary gear on this. Yeah, so I'm gonna change it, man. This looks awesome. The billionaire, pretty much gear set, but instead of having the billionaire gear set, you have the Justice League arms. Hell yeah, that looks cool. Billionaire. Look at how many pants he has. Look at how many freaking pants he has. I spend more time right now with Batman than I have with the last two characters combined. Maybe 3. He has so much gear. Why does he have so many pieces of pants? Pants gear. All these are not duplicates. All these are unique. I clean them up on purpose. As you guys see, I have them favorited. So I can make sure that I have unique pieces of gear and not duplicates. Made sure I marked one of each gear. Man, Batman, they treated you well, my friends. I think I have all of Batman's abilities. I mean, since the game came out, I've been getting some of these abilities, but strangely enough, like a lot of the Batman abilities, I haven't used any at all, actually. Yeah, I haven't used any. This one's kind of interesting. Instead of like summoning the bats on you, you summon the bats on your opponent. But it just limits Batman so much more than he normally would be limited. Let's switch to a different class. These are my classes, by the way. Look pretty nice. Let's go more simple. Let's go with this, but just like change the colors so you guys can see them. With the world's greatest. Yeah, and Batman got the most shaders in the game as well. Of course, the classic. See, where's the Batman Beyond one? This is one of them, right? Yeah, I wish they would have made this more like just pitch black. Doesn't look as dark as the Batman Beyond suit, right? Should have made it like pitch black. Some of the new ones. I kind of like that blue one. Alright, and there you have it. I wonder if the blue one is a reference to one of the, I think it was Batman and Robin. Yeah, that Batman had like a silverish blue suit. It might be a reference to that. I don't know. Alright, so Black Adam. Oh man, this is another one of those characters. Black Adam, like, not his face. I think his face is a downgrade from Injustice 1. But, like, the effects on his lightning, really cool, man. Really cool design as far as, or really cool effects that he has as a character. But, man, just like Atrocitus, it is so difficult and frustrating to play versus this character. My gosh. This character, I think, walks back more than any character in the game. I had a video, okay, so here's a little story for you guys. I had a video that I had made before TMNT came out, where it was me playing with different characters that got changed, right? So Gorilla Grodd got changed. And I made 2 videos with Grodd. You guys only saw one, but I made 2. And in that one video, which I don't know if I still have or I erased it, but I decided not to upload it because I ended up getting into the same like situation as that video with Raphael when I played him for the first time online. where it was someone just walking back and refused to walk forward. But this was way worse. But the reason I didn't upload it is because I uploaded the Ninja Turtles one, and it was pretty much like the same. I was pretty much saying the same thing as I did in the Ninja Turtles video, so I didn't want to upload it. One video talking negatively about the walk back, and all that shit. That was enough. Like, I pretty much got my point across in that video. So there was no need to upload that second one that I had recorded like 2 weeks before. So I don't know if I still have it there or I deleted it. I don't know, I'm thinking. But as far as yeah, and I was playing versus a Black Adam. Like, he literally refused to walk forward. I think he didn't do one combo that wasn't catching me trying to go in and with a meter burn back 3. Like, he was walking back, doing random back 3s, random forward 3s. And he caught me a couple times, and that's how he got his combos. But as far as like opening me up with, you know, some sort of combo, it didn't happen the entire game. But he refused to walk forward, even when he was down a bar and a half of life or a bar of life. He just would walk back the entire time. It was mind-blowing. I think I went off a little bit more in that video. I was kind of tamed in in the Raphael video, but I think I went off more in that video. But like I said, there was no point in uploading that since I had already experienced that with Raphael. You guys saw it firsthand. So Black Canary, I really have no opinions on her. She was fun in the beta. She is actually the character who I thought had the most unique gear. But when she came out, man, I don't know if they removed some of her gear or they covered her up a lot. I mean, her gear doesn't have to be lewd, and she doesn't have to have a lot of like skin showing or something. But when some pieces of gear that were in the beta weren't in the full game, and they might have been taken out because of like, censoring the character, that really sucks. I thought she had one of the best looking set of gear in the beta, and she also had a lot of cool designs that some of the you know, artists and designers of NetherRealm had, but those designs were left on the cutting room floor because of, like I said, censorship and different problems. So that was a huge shame, because I think Black Canary has some cool gameplay. So this is a legendary gear that I just acquired literally 10 minutes ago at this point. Oh no, like 25 minutes. I've been going on for like 23 minutes already. I'm not even, am I 1/3 of the way done? But the legendary gear is actually a lot more useful than 75% of the legendary gears that I've gotten. So it's good. It's not like Harley that she gets cool looking guns, but her legendary gear ability is you spend 1 bar of meter to call in Nightshade. Instead of the hyenas, it spends both trait meters for both hyenas. It does 8%. You can't follow it up with a combo. And like I said, it's you spend the bar of meter. When I saw that, I was like, I might be done with legendary gear. And then I had already like done Aquaman's pretty much. So then I went with Aquaman, and he had probably even a worse one. The water of life. Every time you get hit on block or on hit, the opponent takes damage, right? But the damage is 0.5% damage or 0.2% damage. It was dumb. But here we are with Black Manta. Black Manta filled a character type that I really wanted, which was a character that could do really sick aerial combos. It's why I don't play Starfire anymore, because she was so much of a disappointment to me that I just refused to play her. I thought she was going to have the ability to fly by default, that it was going to be her trait, and she was going to have cool looking combos like Spectral Ermac. And thank goodness Black Manta came along, and he has really cool combos like Spectral Ermac in the corner, where you could loop things like 2 to 3 times. It's fucking cool. And I thought that's what Starfire was going to be, but unfortunately she ended up being a zoning character. But we do have Black Manta. I think he looks really cool. He has a lot of colors that look awesome, like this one right here. The Nemo color, which is probably my favorite. He has a lot of unique gear. Has a lot of spaceships on his head. But they look cool for his character. We'll take the spaceships any day over the his traditional Manta hat, or Manta helmet, which I don't like. I never liked the Manta helmet stuff. But here we have his accessory. It just pretty much changes the back, the jetpack right there. Let's see, what abilities do I have? I definitely don't have all his abilities, unless this is it. What is this? Block under the dark suits. Reroutes energy from his suit. Increases damage when dark. It's kind of like Supergirl's Sun Charged. And here we have his colors. Damn, I have a lot of his colors. Did I buy these with source crystals? I don't think so. I just think I acquired them over time. That's cool. I didn't know I had so many of his colors. I know that I manually bought all of Sub-Zero's colors pretty much. Like I spent, I think it's $60 for like 120,000 source crystals. Whatever it is. I bought that and I did it to pretty much get all the different... Here are some of the classes that I came up with. But I pretty much did it to get all the classic ninja colors for Sub-Zero. Blue Bee... Oh, get away from me! Thank you. Scared the crap out of me with that face, man. Whew. You compare that face to this awesome looking helmet right here. It's night and day. Wow, I'm like... What changed here? This is... Wow. His ears change a little bit. See, this is one of the problems that I have with Injustice 2. Like... Insanely minimal change. Wait, is there even a change, or is just my mind playing tricks on me? No, there's actually no change. It was just the lighting effect. This is one of the biggest problems of Injustice 2 that I have, and everyone has. There's so many pieces of gear that look exactly the same from each other, but have a different name. And sometimes the only reason that one is classified as a different name, or a lot of times the same pieces, like one of them might be an epic gear set or something like that, but it's still the same fucking piece of gear. Huge problem with that. By the way, this color is so sick. This is definitely my favorite color. This was the rarest color to get in the beta. Some people got it, but it was so hard to get. I really wanted this this color for him. So when the game came out, they made it very easy to get. All you have to do is just complete the classic ladder for him and get his ending. So I'm happy they had the courtesy to do that. But yeah, like I said, man, I hate that there's so many pieces of gear that look identical to each other. What a coincidence. We got back-to-back pieces of gear that literally are the same, just that they have a different name. And one of them is a part of an epic gear set. Ugh. So I hope if for MKX they actually... Oh, sorry, I got distracted there. I was looking out the window. If for MKX they have gear, I really hope that they like just give us less gear. Like I think they try to like pack as much gear as they could, or they try to like pack more gear than what they had intended, and they just named it differently, like just to make it seem like there's, oh my god, there's so much gear that's, you know, a lot of them are duplicates, and I hate that. I rather just have less gear, but all of them are unique. You know what I mean? Like literally every piece of gear is unique. At least the epic ones, like the commons and the rares and stuff, you can have some duplicates there, but as far as like the epics go, man, there's so many that are pretty much the same. Ah, Brainiac. Man, hold on, I got a drink. I'm gonna lose my voice because of this video. Every time I do one of these, I lose my voice. So I might not be able to record anymore. So if you guys have made it this far, leave a like rating, please. I always lose my voice when I do these because I literally talk non-stop for an hour and a half, whatever it takes for me to complete the gear showcase. But Brainiac, one of the most annoying characters to play versus, but at least he doesn't like walk back. It's just his dive kick and his low and his poke and stuff. It's really annoying to deal with, but I'd rather play versus 1,000 Brainiacs than one Black Adam or Atrocitus or Aquaman. But on the contrary, he's one of the most fun characters to play as, because you could annoy the hell out of people with his dive kicks and his down one low and a lot of different things. He does still do a ton of damage as well. So a couple combos and, you know, he's right back in the game if he was down like 80%. So Brainiac is pretty cool. Oh man, this character. Say I have Mr. Freeze as the default because I love Mr. Freeze a lot more than Captain Cold. I mean, I grew up watching the Batman animated series, so of course I love Mr. Freeze. Captain Cold, not so much. I don't really like Captain Cold too much, to be honest. So I only upload videos of Mr. Freeze. And sometimes I give Captain Cold a try just because there's people who watch my videos who do like Captain Cold, so I'll give them the Captain Cold goodness. It's still the same character, but just the skin is different. But this character, I knew it. I fucking knew since I went to the early access event. Shout out to Machinima. They got me in for Injustice 2. Early, like, recording, early access event. Probably 2 weeks before the game came out. That's where, like, we were actually the first... wait, no, I think it had just came out before. Like, the day before, because they were having events like that all over Europe and the United States. So that's like the first time that a lot of people got to see the Joker when we were uploading videos of the Joker. And because we were the first ones that actually got permission to upload some Joker footage, because he wasn't playable, but he was in the multiverse and you could actually fight a Joker boss that was really, really hard. So that's actually the first time that I saw Joker like in action, and man, everyone was getting hyped seeing what the Joker was doing. I was actually the first one to discover that you could play versus a boss Joker in the multiverse. So I thought I was gonna get in trouble because I was playing versus Joker, and then I forgot who it was, but someone said something, and there's like a crowd of people surrounding my station, like my television screen, because it's the first time that they were seeing that the Joker was gonna be in Injustice 2. And then I think Tyler Lansdowne was the one who told me, like, oh, how are you playing with the Joker? And I'm like, oh, I'm not playing as the Joker, I'm playing versus the Joker in the multiverse event. There's a multiverse event here. And then he's like, oh, all right, that's fine. So I was afraid I was gonna get kicked out of my first early access event, but I knew it. Like I said, I knew it since I first touched the controller as Captain Cold. I knew he was going to be one of my favorite characters because he had a lot of setups. He had a lot of different dirt and mix-ups that you could do in the corner. I was actually the one who came up with the corner low into overhead with the down one that connects to the ice puddle, because the icicle like is coming down as an overhead. It's at the same time almost, and it all combos, and you could put the opponent back into the same situation. I was the first one to come up with that just because I was the first one to have access to him, pretty much. I was probably the only person that, out of the entire roster of Batman, Superman, pretty much every character excluding Joker was there. Like, who was going to pick Captain Cold? So I was like the first one to pick him. So I still claim that I'm the one who came up with that setup, which of course is something people still use to this day. It's really good. So yeah, Captain Cold, Mr. Freeze, those guys are probably top 3 most fun characters for me in this game. Catwoman, I don't have much to say, that's why I like talked over her. She's Catwoman. She's very annoying to play versus. She's gotten nerfed, but she's still good. And she's kind of boring for me to play as, so that's why you guys don't see too much. But she does have Catcall, which kind of makes her a little bit more interesting. And of course, I have her legendary gear, which all it does, it increases the damage of her whips by 10%. And it makes it so whenever you do a special move or whenever you land a whip attack, it gives you 1 cat scratch, which is very useful. One of the best in the game, actually, as far as like use is concerned. Cat Call, one of the rarest abilities still to this day. One of the cutest abilities. 9 lives. They try to recreate Relentless Jason dying, coming back to life, but they give her no health back, even less than Jason. Alright, purple stuff, still one of my favorites. Damn, this blue one looks really good. Of course, I had to buy the purple one, or the pink one. Purple, pink, whatever you want to call it. It's more purple, actually. Like violet. When I was like making videos with her legendary gear, I couldn't have any of these other ones. Like this one's pretty good, but oh, this one's so bright. I bought it just for that, and I'm probably never gonna use Catwoman again voluntarily unless I get her in random character select. So it was well worth it though. Cheetah, she's really fun, very basic, very easy to play. Oh, I have Vixen. Well, Vixen is like the best thing about Cheetah, to be honest. She only has 1 cool piece of gear, which is this right here. That's the only headpiece I would use for her, but I'd rather use Vixen any day. But she's very basic to use. She has the most annoying sweep in the game, probably. And she does a ton of damage. I enjoy playing with her. Look at those thighs. Or her tail. That's right. Tail doesn't change that much, honestly. Abilities. Actually, I don't need my headset anymore. I can take this off. This one's actually pretty good. It's like safe on block too. Like torpedo. Alright, let's see the different shading for her. Different colors. Damn, she is pale as hell right here. Damn, that's even more pale. Okay. I like the green. I like the green. But of course, Vixen, #1. The best premier skin. Actually, not the best premier skin, but the better option for Cheetah. These are some more new colors. I like this one. I'd rather use Vixen. All day, every day. Cyborg. Cyborg, man. Cyborg is a tough one. Because I do think Cyborg takes skill to use. Even if you're zoning with him. He's probably the hardest zoning character to use. Takes skill to zone with him because it doesn't really have too much up close offense. Unless he's in the corner, which if he's in the corner he could be scary. But if I lose to a Cyborg player, I'm like, yeah, this guy's good, man. This guy's really good. As opposed to if I lose to I don't want to mention any other zoners, but you guys will probably get the idea. I'm like, man, this character has annoying zoning. I mean, don't get me wrong, like Cyborg has annoying zoning, but I feel like whenever I run against a Cyborg player that beats me, I'm like, damn, this guy's good. And of course, he has the Justice League cannon here, and they couldn't give Cyborg like a full design for Justice League gear. Oh, that's another thing that pissed me off. I mean, maybe I'm being like nitpicky here because they're giving us free gear, right? Like all we have to do is just earn it through the multiverse. But it's free gear. So I'm kind of nitpicking, but if you're gonna make Justice League gear and you're gonna put so much work into like the Batman one and the Flash, all these other characters, why couldn't like Cyborg and Superman get full Justice League gear, like from head to toe, everything, not just Superman's emblem and not just Cyborg's cannon? I don't even like Cyborg, but I still wanted the full Cyborg from the Justice League movie gear. Sorry, Darkseid, you're on PS4, so I can't check Darkseid. And yes, I do own Darkseid, but he's on PS4, and I have nothing against Darkseid. It just didn't want to spend $3 when I have him on PS4 to get him on Xbox One. Plus, like I said before, I think Darkseid's pretty boring in this game. More of a zoning character, but it does have mix-ups, but not really my thing. So that's why I don't play Darkseid. But yeah, they should have given a full epic gear set to Cyborg and Supes. That's it. That's all I wanted. All right, Deadshot, it's your turn. I think Deadshot was kind of a wasted opportunity, man. Because I think his design looks great. He was off the coattails of Suicide Squad. You know, Will Smith made him one of the most popular characters in the movie. But the reason I think he was sort of wasted potential is they made him 100% zoning. And I know it fits the character. I know it. I don't know enough about the character to know if he has like really good up close combat or not. Like, I don't know that much about the character, but I do know that he's a sharpshooter, marksman, assassin for hire. So he wants to be from across the building and shoot you without you even knowing where it came from, right? That's true to the character, but I feel like they could have done something similar to what they did with Deathstroke, because Deadshot had a lot of similar things to Deathstroke. But what made Deathstroke so fun was that he had a blade, like a sword, and he had a lot of different actual like combat moves. You know what I mean? I think they could have done that with maybe his knife or something. Like, we saw him use his knife in the story mode. Like, they could have done something else, not just have him zone all the time. But they wanted to keep it true to his character, so you know, that's probably a decision that they made. But I feel like he was kind of wasted potential because he's one of the coolest looking characters in the game, just based off his normal design. I mean, look at this. Look at it. He looks fucking cool. That design is so good. I don't know. Oh man, speaking of, actually not so much now that we know more about him. Like, he could get some cool combos with his onks when he's in trade, but this is another character that I felt like his magic effects and a lot of what he does just visually looks really cool. But what he wants to do is zone. That's what he wants to do. And I know Dr. Fate is a very powerful character. Like I said, this is true to his character. He never touches a single person when he fights. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but Dr. Fate uses his magic for everything. He never physically touches the opponent. He just uses his magic. So it's true to the character. Obviously, he's one of the strongest, you know, magic users in DC, but I feel like they could have done a little bit more with his magic as far as like combo potential, like levitation or something. Not levitation as far as like him levitating, like a force choke from Ermac, or the levitation from Ermac, something like that. I know I'm getting a lot of inspiration from Ermac because fucking Ermac is one of the coolest MK characters, and he has a lot of combo potential in all the MKs, so they could have taken something from that, but no, they went with the zoning. But he does look cool. Like, when you do get some of his combos working in the corner or just with the trait up, it looks really cool. Air dash. I don't think I use one. Powerless seems like a ridiculous one. Dr. Fate has a spell preventing them from using super meter. Seems like something useful, but yeah, not too much. This one's actually insanely good. Like, this orb tracks you the entire field, or stage, I should call it. See, this one was probably my favorite color. So the black and the white looks good. Ooh, this is one of those new colors. The blue. Damn, this is like baby crab green right here. Not too appealing on the eyes, at least for me. Oh yes, Enchantress. Now this was a good character right here, ladies and gentlemen. Not only does she look great, and as far as like her character design, but she also has the most unique gameplay out of any character in the game. Like, she pretty much breaks the game, and this was like the character that they were talking about, or Ed Boon talked about, that was in Fighter Pack 3, that sort of breaks the game, because you're pretty much gonna play her game unless you're a couple characters, unless you're Black Adam, unless you're Atrocitus, unless you're Aquaman. Surprisingly, the characters that I hate the most are her worst matchup, because she wants to put the spell on you. She wants to, you know, play mid-range. And guess what? All those characters have low projectiles or low moves that stop her on her track, in her track, when she's trying to cast a spell or when she's doing anything. So it's such a hard matchup for her, but they did such a good job with Enchantress, man. Damn. Her gameplay is very impressive. She has a demon from another dimension pretty much punch you from the other dimension. A gate opens up from the top. She summons a demon that's sort of like a little assist that you could stop whenever. You can make him explode. You can make him keep going. They did such a great job with her. She stopped zoning pretty well with her wall. It's not a guaranteed, or it's not guaranteed, I should say, but it's something that is very, very useful versus the majority of the cast, because of course a lot of the cast is, you know, their strongest tool is zoning. So it's very, very strong, and I feel like she is one of the most fun characters because she's so unique. I don't know where I would rate her. She's definitely up there, man. It's hard because the Joker's still my #1 character. As far as fun, he's still my #1 and probably always will be. Captain Cold, like I said, he's top 3. He might be #3. He was #2. Ninja Turtles are a lot of fun, but they would be in the top 5, but not top 3. I think Enchantress would be #2. I find her to be so much fun. So it'd probably be like Joker 1, Enchantress 2, Captain Cold, or Mr. Freeze 3, and TMNT 4, Hellboy 5, stuff like that. Those characters are too much fun. Of course, Adam, another one. Like I said, the last 4 DLC characters were amazing as far as like fun factor. She doesn't have too many colors though, which I'm kind of disappointed at. Ooh, this blue looks kind of hot. Light blue also. My favorite is you guys know already, the purple stuff. It's my favorite. That's why I don't change. This class has been the same since I created it when she first came out. Like, it hasn't changed, because my favorite color for, you know, costumes in games. Like, purple is not my favorite color, but I love like purple costumes, purple outfits in like video games. They look so good. Here's some other classes. This one's just like a demon one. This one's a lot of lights. She's ready to go to a rave. This one, Little Red Riding Hood, and this one is just a really powered up one, or as much as I could to play in player matches. Ooh, Firestorm. All right. Firestorm is kind of interesting because when I first touched him in that early access event, I thought he was going to be the most broken character of all time. And they actually nerfed him a little bit. He had more damage. he had a little bit more damage, maybe 10% more damage in that build. He did, fuck, dude, like well over 50 for a single touch, and he still could get that, but it was so much easier before. His like torpedo move was 6 frames, or was it 5 frames? It was ridiculously fast. It was either 5 or 6. It was pretty crazy. I'm like, I saw the frame data, and I'm like, this can't be right for this move right here. It would probably punish anything in the game. It might have been 5 frames. Don't quote me on that. My memory serves me wrong. But it was insanely fast. They definitely lowered it. I think it's 8 now, which is a pretty good number for like a torpedo type move. But he was really, really good. So when I played him in that build, I was like, man, this character is gonna be really fun, and he's still like pretty fun to play. But I don't know about Firestorm. He looks cool with some of his gear, but a lot of people use him nowadays because he's like really, he's gotten a lot of buffs. Like, he's definitely one of the best characters in the game. So playing versus so many and having to deal with walk back, molten trap, getting caught by it, it's actually turned me off to the character a lot, not gonna lie. But whenever I do play him in like random character select, or whenever I make the odd Firestorm video, he's still pretty fun. The McDonald's shader right here, I should buy that one. Alright, who's next? Flash! Alright, I think I'm like halfway down. Maybe? I got the reverse Flash there. What's my second one? Oh, okay, this Flash. What's the coolest one I have? Oh, let's go with this. Alright, the Justice League one's probably one of his best gears. He has a lot of cool helmets. Look at this. Like, they did a really good job with Flash's helmets. He has a lot of cool ones. Elseworld. Probably my favorite one. I don't have a class for it, but I don't remember last time I touched and edited classes for Flash. Damn, those little ears. But Flash, he's really fun. He's been fun since the first Injustice game. It just feels really cool controlling Flash, you know what I mean? Because he's so fast, even in game, like, he's ridiculously fast, and he plays really fast. So it just feels cool controlling him. And doing his Speed Force combos in the corner, the lightning legs, getting, you know, 600 damage in the corner for Speed Force combo. Some of the cool conversions that he gets. He's definitely, I see why he's one of the most played and most popular characters in the game. He's really, really fun. And he has a lot of gear. Actually, he has a ton of gear. Some people find, oh my god, look at all these wings. Some people don't really like the Flash. As far as like his, look at this. Okay. Here's another example, right? So even the legendary gear, they couldn't like come up with something that's unique. Like, they had to just take pretty much the design of one and just put like tips at the end. I don't know. I'm sorry. I hope I don't offend anyone designing the gear, but come on. Like, okay, this one, I know there's a lot of different ones that look similar, okay? See, there's one. This one also has multiple ones. See, there you guys have it. Looks the same. It's just named differently. Oh, right on cue. Same one, but it's named differently. Where is it? This one, right? Yeah, it's named differently. Oh, damn. Another one? Hold up. Is that actually 3? That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. 3 of the same. What the? Is this another one? 4? Hold on, we gotta make one final count. There's 3 of these, by the way. I just counted these 3. This is a huge problem. 1, 2. Look, I'm going up. They're literally the same. They don't. Nothing changes. That's 2 right there. 3, they're all named differently, by the way. These are not duplicates. 4 of the same piece of gear named differently. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Another realm. What is up with that? That's actually really bad. Because I think at that point they're packing gear. Like they want to pack the gear so people could say, oh my god, there's so much gear in this game, which realistically there is so much gear in the game. But at that point I think they're just throwing in the same piece of gear with a different name just to pack stats. Just like when basketball teams run up the score, you know, they're blowing the team out by 20, but the coach isn't satisfied. They're like, oh, let's keep on going. Let's keep the main team out there, the starting 5. Let's keep going with this. And they pack the stats. They end up winning by 30, 35. That's what Injustice 2 is like. Just that instead of packing points, they pack gear in. So we end up with a ton of gear that looks exactly the same. Literally 4 pieces of gear in the same category for the same character look exactly the same. It's been a while, like I said, since I've like checked out gear for a lot of these characters. So fuck, dude, that is just really bad. Really, really, really bad. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, if they decide to go with gear for MK11, I hope that they just keep the gear to a minimum and not have any duplicates, because seeing that is very, very it's a very bad look for the game, in my opinion. Like just seeing that pretty much the reason why the gear is there is just to pack stats, just to pack gear in, and maybe call it something else. It's really bad. Alright, Grodd, don't really have any opinions on him. I hate playing versus him. Another walkback character. But he has been fun to play as. Green Arrow. So this is actually being recorded on February 28th. This is before they're adding the legendary, or not legendary, before they're adding the hood gear for Green Arrow. So just want to throw that out there in case anyone's expecting it if they release the hood gear in the future. That's why the hood gear is not here. But Green Arrow was an interesting one to me because he started off as my most hated character in the game, and he ended up being quite a lot of fun when I play him. When I play versus him, he is annoying, but he's not as annoying as some of the other characters that I put on my list. Like, and that's new. Like, he used to be just the absolute worst, and I would dread playing this character. But that's not the case anymore. I don't know if it's because like more Green Arrows are being more offensive now with the well, they're still being offensive even with the Fire Arrow, because I think the Fire one's the best one. But I've just played versus more Green Arrows that are tolerable and like more fun to play versus than any of the new ones that I mentioned, like Atrocitus, Aquaman, Black Adam, even like Gorilla Grodd. So I do not hate Green Arrow in this game anymore. Watch me play versus a Green Arrow who is zoning the hell out of me in one of my newer videos that I haven't shot yet, or in the future, that I'm going to shoot in the future. And I'll be like, man, I fucking hate this character. It could happen. It could happen. Alright, let's move on here. How many more do we have? Oh, not that many. Green Lantern has a ton of gear. But I see why he has a ton of gear, because he has the different colors of the lantern like spectrum that he could access, that he has access to in this game. So similar to Sub-Zero, I see why he has a lot of shaders, and you know, especially Green Lantern has a lot of different emblems. As you guys see, this thing is packed with different emblems from the different Lantern cores. course, I have the Death one right here. The Black Lantern Corps is one of my favorites, just because, like I said, I love like the color black. And I know it's not black and red, but like being evil like that and just having like a black suit and being like the Black Lantern Corps, I think that sounds so fucking cool. Like the Lantern Corps of Death. The Death Lantern Corps is awesome sounding. So that's why I have it as my class 1. I really like this look. Boots, boots, some more boots. Hey, I like your boots. Oh, wait. Man, the default boots look better than most of these. Like, these just look chunky and stuff. These actually have some style to them. Look at that. And, of course, Green Lantern, another one of those characters that I got the legendary gear for. It just converts his movesets into Injustice 1 Green Lantern without having to spend any of your slots, your ability slots, to put in the Injustice 1 moves. And I find that to be a lot of fun. So here we are. Wow, does Green Lantern actually have more colors than Batman? Looking at this now, he might have more colors than Batman. Which would make sense for Green Lantern. Because like I mentioned earlier, he has access in this game to be in whatever Lantern Corps he wants. Be in whatever Lantern Corps he wants. So it makes sense for him to have the most colors in the game. But I think Batman might still have more. Of course, we have Jon Stewart right here, which is my personal favorite Green Lantern of all time. I forgot what the show was, but it was a kid's cartoon that I used to watch when I was a kid, obviously. And Jon Stewart was the Green Lantern in the show. So that's who I always thought Green Lantern was. I never even knew about Hal Jordan until I got older. I'm like, wait a minute. What happened to Jon Stewart? And like, oh, there's a lot of Green Lanterns out there. And then my little brain exploded with that knowledge. But still, Jon Stewart is my favorite. All right, Harley. One problem that I have with Harley is that she doesn't have a headpiece that are just her pigtails with like the pink and blue pigtails with no accessory that isn't epic. I might have confused you. So, okay, this default would be cool on an epic gear. Maybe change her, you know, what's tying her pigtails up. This is the closest one, but it has different accessories. Like, they should have just put the bows on without having this, like, extra stuff on her neck. Because I really like this look. I like the pigtails without any other accessory, but I can't have that. Because, unless I want the common one. So I'm kind of disappointed about that. But Harley has a lot of different looks that you could give her. They're all still kind of the same in a way. But she still has different, you know, ways of dressing herself. That, you know, you could cover her up. You can make her hot with something like that. Which I do still have my pretty much sexiest Harley Quinn gear. It's somewhere. It's one of my classes. But I like the fact that I have a choice between going with classic Harley from the animated series, or I could go with a skimpier one. And she has a lot of gear too. Oh, look at those spikes. This looks kind of weird. Like the, those like tights or whatever you want to call them. They look kind of weird. I never really liked that one too much. These look like cooler. Classic pants. Classic pants. And I love these right here because of the like crocodile looking shoes. I know that they're actually boots, but since they have different like shading, like the front has like a older looking shading. Wait, or is it? Are those for socks or it's just boots? I don't know. I like to think that I always liked to think that she was just wearing like those shoes with the straps on, and that those were socks. But it might just be the boots. I don't know. here we have her legendary accessory, and it looks really cool. It looks really good, but the legendary gear ability is basura. It sucks. Her abilities, I think I have all of them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Joker's Infection, this shit is really good. Whenever you do a meter burn command grab, it messes up the opponent's inputs. And let's actually check out some of these. See, this is my sexiest Harley Quinn look. And as you guys see from the boots, yeah, I don't think they're boots. I think they are, I don't know. I think they're, I want to think that they're socks, but they might be connected. It just might look like she's, like they look like boots if you see them from this close. But if you see them from here, it looks like she's just wearing socks. I'm just gonna go with the socks, whatever. She's wearing socks to me. But I forgot what I was talking about, so let's just move on here. Classic Harley. Damn, this is a bright, bright pink, and this one's my favorite. This is still my favorite class for Harley. This is my favorite look that I came up with. My own unique look. It's great. I've had that since forever. Oh, that's right. I was gonna check out the different colors. And I was talking about the Joker's Infection. The ability, it actually screws your opponent's inputs, like reverses your opponent's buttons. So it's kind of like the effect that the meter burn version of the legendary gear for Scarecrow does, just that you don't need a build-up trait. It's just a natural combo ender. Meter burn it, you screw your opponent's inputs up, and a lot of times you get a free combo afterwards because your opponent's like, what the hell happened to my buttons? I like this color. It's pretty nice. Alright, Hellboy. Hellboy was huge surprise, right? I think he was a huge surprise to all of us. But he is, I should say, one of the most fun characters because, man, you could literally, like, mess around with this character so much. You could cover every part of the arena. You could be leaping around all over the place. It's just so much fun. So much fun. He has a really good projectile. You know, his handgun is pretty good. Look at these fire pants, man. Look at these pants. Are those bell bottoms? I think they're bell bottom pants. And they have flames on them. Hellboy, what are you trying to tell us, huh? I thought you were a badass demon. What's up with that? Damn, imagine getting hit by these spikes right here. Shit, you are dead. With that giant fist and the spikes at the end, oh man. You are not going to have, you might not even have another second after that. Actually, you're dead after that. Oh man, and here we have the infinite armor. The old infinite armor. I got this nerfed pretty much because I'm the one who made the video that got like fucking 600, not 600, like 400,000 views. Probably got to the attention of NetherRealm. Because I made a couple because it was so much fun trolling people with infinite armor. It was a dumb thing to have, but it was a lot of fun. So thanks to me, that move got nerfed, but I get rightfully so. It was dumb. It was dumb to have. Some of these shaders look really nice. There's actually a new one that I got not too long ago. Damn, look at that yellow shirt though. That yellow shirt. Purple stuff. Alright, who's next? Wait, do I have any other Hellboy looks? Oh yeah! Skinny leg Hellboy right here. Damn, he definitely skipped leg day. He's shaven, he's bald. Demon Hellboy. Then I got a couple other ones here. I forgot about that Hellboy that was just the short shorts. Oh yes, and here we have my favorite character to play as. Coincidence? Biased? I don't think so. A lot of people have fun or think Joker has a lot of fun stuff, but he is my favorite DC villain of all time. Favorite. he might be my favorite comic book villain of all time. So the bias might be there a little bit, but come on, like, he has setups, he has the gun, he has the canisters, he has cool looking combos that you could extend a couple times with the chattering teeth. He just has so many cool options. It's just a shame that a lot of times those options suck compared to the majority of the cast. Oh, poor Joker. He was bottom tier in Injustice 1, and he is bottom tier in this game. They just won't give him enough buffs to have him be able to compete with majority of the cast. I don't know what it is. It might just be that he doesn't have a lot of range. His projectile isn't the best. I don't know. He's safe on some stuff, like some strings. Oh, I forgot to mention, I do have his legendary gear. Yeah. He's safe on some stuff, but he has some stuff, a lot of stuff that's pretty unsafe. I don't know. But I have fun playing him, regardless of his position in the tier list. I've played with most of these. Crowbar Fling, that's just like a projectile. Surprise, I played with this. Pretty useless. Side Order Pi, the Injustice 1 super animation. I think it's a lot better than the new one they gave him. And this one launches them up, but it's really not that useful. See some of those different colors. Oh yeah. This is dark purple. I love this one. Of course, gotta go with the Killing Joke. That's the best one in my opinion. But this is my favorite look for him, actually. With the hat on. One bad day. Killing Joke. He has a color that's called like Rorschach. Yeah, Rorschach test. And a lot of people thought that it might be a hint. Like, I'm not saying that they were going off like, ooh, the pink? Damn, that looks stylish. They weren't going off and saying like, oh, it's a guaranteed and stuff. But a lot of people were like maybe saying, oh, maybe they put Rorschach test in there. It might be a little tease for Rorschach when he was still on, you know, a lot of people's minds, including myself. I thought he was going to make it, to be honest, as the guest character. Oh, Poison Ivy. Man, I don't know who the actress is that they got for, like, inspiration from, of how she looks. Like, I know that Poison Ivy always looks good in a lot of the video games, of course, the comics, right? But they had to get inspiration from, like, actual human beings, because a lot of these characters are pretty much made to look ultra realistic. And Poison Ivy is the best looking female character in the game. I think she is definitely the most, like, as far as her face goes, the best looking, and probably everything else. She is really, really good looking. I wonder who, like I said, maybe they didn't. Maybe they just, the guys who animated her and designed her, maybe they just did like a really good job of making like the most realistic looking Poison Ivy in a video game, but they did a really good job. Like, I think Enchantress is up there as well as like one of the best female looking female characters. But Poison Ivy might take the cake. And of course, I got the Poison Ivy legendary gear. This one's actually really cute because Nightshade is out the entire game, and he has different, or I think it's a girl. She has different commands. She could go low. She pretty much has the same like trait abilities, just that you could control it instead of it being random when you call her into the battlefield, which I think is like the cutest thing in the world. Abilities, oh man, don't even get me started with this slide. It's still one of the most overpowered abilities in the entire game. Flowing Earth. This slide by Poison Ivy is pretty much the same slide that Killer Frost had in Injustice 1, and it's still every bit as good because I think Killer Frost's was safe as well. And damn, it's annoying. It's only, I think, -4 on block. -4 on block. If you get hit by it, it launches you for a combo. You know, you could connect the back two. You can meter burn it to actually be able to launch the opponent even further up, so you could get a back three. And it's like 7 frames. Like, it's insanely fast, and of course it hits low. It's crazy. But these are my different Poison Ivy looks. I actually quite like this one. Like the color and everything with the flowers. It looks good. Alright, Lord Raiden. Every time that I talk about Raiden, I probably piss off a couple people just because I'm like, I didn't want Raiden, you know? I can't help my feelings. I didn't want Raiden in the game. I thought Sub-Zero was enough. Raiden could have been replaced with another character, but, you know, we got him in the game, so... I mentioned this before, like, before he came out, I was like, I didn't want him in the game, but I'm gonna give him the same chance as I do every character, regardless if they're guest characters or not. And he's like, he plays like his MKX version, to be honest. So, I mean, I do pretty well with him because he has the same MKX style. So he's pretty easy to pick up. But some of his gear looks awesome. Especially his masks. His like ninja mask. Look at these helmets. Or these hats, I should say. Look pretty cool. They look very sharp too. Look like Kung Lao sharpness in this hat. Of course, static traps, Master of Storms. I really enjoyed playing with that. I might make another video with that actually. Oh man, Power Cell. This is straight up trash. Not the way it looks, but the actual effects of it. It sucks so much. Alright, let's check out some of these colors here. Actually, let's go into one of my other classes. This is my favorite class. This is definitely my favorite class. Look at this. Look at the mask. It looks so good. It even has some Asian writing on it. It looks so good. Damn, the gold kind of looks like Scorpion. Actually, it really looks like Scorpion because of the white eyes and stuff. Black Lightning. I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't even remember if I upload. I think I did, right? No, I was going to. Wow, this actually looks really close to this. I was recording. I was in the process of recording his intro dialogues with every character because I was doing that for most of the characters. I don't think I did it for. I think I stopped after Hellboy, but I was in the process of recording his intro dialogues, and I gotta tell you guys, I got absolutely knocked out bored of his intro dialogue. Like, he looks cool as a Premier skin, but holy crap, I don't know if that's how Black Lightning is as a character. I doubt it, but they made him so boring in this game. I couldn't even like stand recording half of his intro dialogue with characters. It was so boring. But now we have Red Hood here. I don't think I need to say much about this character. Everyone wanted him, and no one plays him. Honestly, I don't mean like nobody literally. I just mean like, how often is it that I run into a Red Hood online? Not often. I run into a lot of Batmans. I run into a lot of Supergirls. I run into a lot of Flash players. But Red Hood, as much as people were like demanding this character, they even made him the very first DLC that they released. I feel like people should play him more. I mean, Red Hood is really, really good. But maybe it does take a little bit more work and like practice and skill to play Red Hood than you know, like half the roster, I would probably say. Even though he's still good. He's still a little trickier to play than most of the other characters. Oh, I remember like when I was going hard with Red Hood when he first came out. I tried out a lot of these abilities. Of course, Hidden Explosive, this used to do a fuck ton of damage, like a ridiculous amount of unscaled damage. And they nerfed that probably like 2 months after he came out. But I took advantage of that. Same thing with like Hellboy's Infinite Armor. I took advantage of that. Does have a lot of cool colors here. Alright, so we're winding down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters left before the video ends. And man, yeah, I knew this video was going to be really, really long because I've done these in the past a lot of times when the DLC characters first come out, and they would always go like an hour long, and that was like 4 DLC characters ago. So I wanted to like not do one of these for a bit, get new gear, and wait till the Ninja Turtles came out to do one final one, and here I am. So no problem making this as long as it takes, because it's going to be the final one. So Robin, I hate Damian Wayne. I didn't know anything about this character before the game came out. I didn't know, all I knew is that he was Batman's son, and that he killed Nightwing by accident. He still killed Nightwing, but I really didn't know too much about him. And somehow Injustice 2 made me hate this character. Injustice 2 made me hate Damian Wayne. Like his personality. It's awful. I know some people don't absolutely love Robin's like playstyle, which I think Robin has. By the way, this sword is fucking awesome. It looks really fucking cool. I know a lot of people who love Robin's playstyle, but refuse to play Robin because it's Damian Wayne and he sounds like a crying. He just sounds like a crybaby and like a spoiled brat the entire time that he's talking, either in game or in intro dialogue. I can't stand his personality. Staff of Grayson. Gotta talk about this. Staff of Grayson. I got like 2 months into the game. I was trying to get this so hard. I finally got it in a random gold guild mother box, and I was so happy. And of course, I played the living crap out of the Staff of Grayson. There's so many cool combos you could do with it, from switching to the sword, to Staff of Grayson, to the sword again, to the Staff of Grayson again. The max you could do is 4 times. You could switch it 4 times. So you start off with the sword, you go into the staff to do a couple pokes, and then you go into the sword again to do the flip, and then you could finish it with the sword, or you could flip stance again, and you could finish it with the staff. It's so cool. And of course, I have all these like different Nightwing costumes. I have the blue. Oh, this one looks pretty cool. I have the classic Nightwing one, and then I have the Bumblebee color for the final class. Alright, so this is Lord Robert Englund doing the voice of Scarecrow. And Scarecrow, nothing but positive things to say about this character. I remember when he was first, like, I think he was leaked via a screenshot of the mobile version of the game. I think that's how he was leaked at first, and everyone, including myself, well, I was kind of like, oh, he looks kind of interesting, you know, he's like, it's not what I expected from Scarecrow, but he looks, you know, he looks pretty cool. But a lot of people were like, what the hell is this thing right here? And I don't think I've heard one person say anything bad about Scarecrow since the game came out. Like, his voice work obviously is awesome. He's, you know, Freddy Krueger. And his gameplay is really, really fun to play and to watch. Like, he is one of the most fun characters in the game. Have nothing bad to say about this character. The only thing is his back three is very annoying to play against. It's probably the best one in the game, right? Back three is probably the best in the game. I can't think of another back three. Oh, Hellboy has a really good one. Firestorm's new buffed back three. For some reason, they buffed his back three for no reason. This is legendary gear, by the way. I think it looks cool. It looks kind of small though, but it has like multiple blades. Like, I think this looks better. Look more like a scythe. But Hellboy, Firestorm, those characters have really good back threes, but he's definitely up there. Alright, some of the colors. The green stuff. Injustice 2 definitely likes the dark green. Some of his newer colors, they're okay. They're okay. Starfire. Design, amazing. Amazing. They did a really good job animating her hair. It changes color depending on what shader. It looks really, really cool. She looks amazing. But unfortunately, I cannot play this character because of her playstyle. I know it might have been... Why did I have such high hopes? Why? I should have just not thought that a character, you know, might play this way based on her powers. And the fact that, you know, her flight is one of her most powerful, like, abilities that she has. That she uses all the time. I should not have assumed, not even assumed, it was more of a hope that she might have the ability to do air combos. And it mostly started after her trailer came out, because you gotta remember, they used to release the trailers like 3 weeks before a character was actually going to be released. They didn't release the trailers, you know, a couple days before the characters are released, until, like, I think Hellboy was the first one. So we had a lot of time to, like, speculate on what the characters might do. So when we saw her flight in the trailer, I was like, damn, this is everything that I wanted, because I thought it might be, like, she might be able to combo stuff. And her flight sucks. Like, the flight ability, this shit right here, Floating Princess, it sucks. It is horrible. And then come to find out, she's a zoning character. And I was like, ah. Look, I even bought most of the... I spent source crystals, most of her colors. Because I did play her a lot when she first came out, but the zoning aspect kind of like, ah. Plus, they nerfed her down 1 into the grenade, which I see why they took it away, but that's when I was playing her the most. Man, this pink color looks so good. Yeah, she looks good. She looks great. But unfortunately, Starfire, I'm sorry. I can't... Ooh, the storm color. I can't come to terms with... This is another storm color. This is more like the storm color. I mean, I could play her. It's just... she's very boring to play as. Alright. Sub-Zero! You could pretty much create all the classic Mortal Kombat ninjas. What more do you want? As a fan of the ninja clones. Like, literally, I wish that Ermac, Reptile, Rain, Noob Saibot, I wish all these characters looked exactly the same as their UMK3 version. This mask right here, I wish all the ninjas were the exact same clones and the exact same look as UMK3. I don't like the mummified Ermac. I think his like costume and stuff looks really cool, but I don't like that he looks like a mummy. And even if you know, they have to bring back classic costumes again, like I loved using the UMK3 costumes for MKX. Like they were my favorite ones to use, but then they screwed over Reptile because they didn't make him human. What is up with that? Why would you make Ermac human again, just that with like green eyes, right? He didn't look like a mummy in his UMK3, you know, costume, but they couldn't make Reptile human? Oh man, you gotta be kidding me with that. That was one of the biggest disappointments. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get a UMK3 costume for Reptile. Also, we got it for Reptile, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Ermac. And all of them are human except for Reptile. And that was so disappointing. But still, I like the fact that they at least gave him the UMK3 look. That's still my favorite costume for Reptile. Frozen Aura, this is pretty much the Unbreakable Sub-Zero Aura. Ground Freeze, classic move from MK2. Ice Clone, like Aerial Ice Clone, is more like a Noob Saibot move. Hammer Slam from MKX, Crowmancer. Ice Clone, this is more, or Clone Charge, this is a Noob Saibot move. Another Noob Saibot move, and then the Barrier is Unbreakable Sub-Zero. Now let's actually go into, yeah, I mean, look how good like the UMK3 costume looks. Look how good it looks, right? With every color. Scorpion. I know it says Cyber Initiative. This is supposed to be like a Cyrax Easter egg. Same thing with this one. But Scorpion. Ermac. Reptile. Rain. A different shade of Sub-Zero. Noob fucking Saibot. Another Scorpion. And I think that's it. But they look so good. Like Golden Scorpion. Look at this. And of course Chrome. Like all these different ninjas look so good, and you could do the same thing for all these colors for MK2. My point is that for MK11, I want the ninjas to have some classic costumes, but I want Reptile to be human. Alright, Supergirl. Everyone's most hated female character in the game, probably. Just because she's so used and she's so good. I have fun playing with her. I still have fun playing with Supergirl. Of course, you guys know I love my Power Girl. But, you know, they're pretty much the same character. Now, I have no problem playing with Supergirl. I actually really like Supergirl too. Alright. A lot of these characters at the end don't really have too much unique gear, so I might speed this up here. Go pretty quickly. Of course, you got the skirt. You actually have two versions of the skirt. You have that skirt, and then you have the short shorts. And then you have this skirt right here. Where is it? There you go. You have two versions of the skirt. I wonder why they couldn't make... So this is exactly the same skirt as this. Just that her boots change a little bit. Why couldn't they make this version of the skirt the second epic gear? Right? Makes no sense. Legendary gear for her. You know, you could rapid fire your heat vision. Looks awesome. And her emblem, the way it looks pretty cool. A lot of these are wacky, like this one, wacky. This one's kind of wacky too. Really wacky. I like this one. But a lot of wacky ones. Sun Charge. This goes really well with the legendary gear if you want to do some crazy, crazy damage. Only downside, you cannot shoot her heat vision. And she has a lot of great colors. I love that she has a lot of, you know, really colorful and bright colors for her costume. Love it. the goddess, Supergirl. Got the gold on this one. Of course, Power Girl, my personal favorite. A lot of people like the Power Girl costume, but they don't like Power Girl's voice. Now, I don't know who the voice actress is, but I like it. I like her voice. And I know it sounds deeper and so. Ooh, this is a nice color. I know it sounds deeper and stuff, but she's supposed to be older. Of course, I have the second class as Power Girl. I should probably make the first class. But I like it. I like the voice. Ah, Soups. What can I say about Soups? I never liked the headgear. I will say that. I never liked the headgear. That's why a lot of my Superman classes don't have the headgear. I have one, I think. And then the rest have headgear. But I never liked it. Superman is forward 2-3, forward 2-3, forward 2-3. You can't avoid it. It's his best move. I always get asked when I play Superman, why don't you use another move or another combo string? And in fighting games, I always explain, in fighting games, you want to use the best strategy for that character. And the best strategy for Superman is to use forward 2-3. What other string does he have that is a forward advancing mid that leads into a completely safe string that you could cancel? No gap in it. You could cancel into something that's safe, or you could just do the string that's completely safe that leads to the most damaging combos that you could get that don't start off a stand 3 or forward 3. Why would you not use that all the time? And it's been that way since Injustice 1. That's why a lot of people don't like seeing Soup's gameplay. They like seeing Bizarro gameplay, which is, I think, is weird. Maybe just people don't like Superman. I don't know. I never got to use the Red Sun one. I mean, never. I act like if this is the end of the game. It's not, but I never got to. I haven't done any Red Sun Superman videos. But like I said, it's different with Bizarro. Like, people like seeing Bizarro. I don't know if it's just people don't like Superman or what. But Superman is my favorite comic book character of all time. I just like very overpowered characters. And Superman was my introduction to that, probably. I love this color, the black suit Soups. This is more of a Man of Steel look. Of course, you got Bizarro here. Dark Soups. This could pass by Red Sun Superman. Probably use that shader whenever I use the Red Sun emblem, if I use it. Swamp Thing, the last 3 here. Swamp Thing, since the beginning of the game, one of the most fun characters. And I have his legendary gear, but I have it on PS4. Because my plan was to get legendary gear for characters on each console. But man, it's so much harder to get legendary gear on PS4. You actually have to like manually do everything. While on Xbox One, you could, you know, there's ways in which, I mean, you still have to manually do everything, but there's ways where you could easily attain a lot of the gear that you're supposed to attain. You know what I mean? If you guys don't know what I mean, you could probably search it up on YouTube. There's different tutorials that I learned from. Well, not a lot, but there's probably still some out there. And the legendary gear for this character does look quite cool. And of course, he gets an air dash, which is awesome. But I don't have that here. Let's see. Have I used any of these? I used the teleport. It sucks though. It's slow. You get punished. See, some of these, all these are like different shades of green and like brown. Obviously, they want to make it. Oh, I'm proven wrong. This one's blue. It's still brown in there. Oh, this one's pink. That's actually one of my favorite ones. There's a lot of the same like shades right here. Damn, it's like baby crap Swamp Thing. The Swamp Thing is really fun. Alright. Let's move on to the newest addition to Injustice. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I have Leonardo here as my first class. I just put like each one in their own individual class. It just happened to be Leonardo first. So I just kept it that way. But I have some cool stuff with them that I've gotten. Got this one right here. High-tech stuff. This one, you know, covers the chest more. Looks like Venom. This is the skateboard. I really like this one. Then you have the high-tech one again. I don't know why I kept both of them. Wait, why did I keep both of them? Probably get rid of this one later. Then you have the regular base shell. Alright, here's some different epic shoulder pieces. Not too many. I haven't gotten too much gear with the turtles here. Have a couple of these. Size. 3 of them to be exact. So I have 3 epic pieces of gear for Raphael. The only one that I don't have epic gear for is Leonardo, strangely enough. Abilities. Ooh, pizza party. This is the one that I've been using for a couple of videos. You could eat pizza mid-game. I mean, it's pretty much useless because it takes so long for you to eat the pizza. But the point is, you could eat pizza as a Ninja Turtle in Injustice while fighting characters like Superman and Batman. Who would have thought that would have been a possibility 3 months ago, or what was it, like when did they first announce it? Like, let's just say when Injustice 2 came out. Who would have thought that would have been a possibility? Nobody. Alright, and the final one. Oh, let me show you guys the other turtles that I have here. Donatello, rocking with the silver color, platinum color. Michelangelo, I just got this shader with the orange, matches him. And then Raphael, looking very naked. And that's how I like it. And now the final one, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman has quickly become one of my most hated characters to play versus, because not only does she benefit from the walk back, but her shield is a projectile that goes halfway across the screen. So not only could she walk back, but she throws a stupid shield and it hits you from ranges that you don't think you're gonna get hit. Sometimes it feels like you're 2/3 across from her, or she's almost at the other side. My brain is fried. I've been talking for almost 2 hours here. It looks like you're not gonna get hit. You're almost full screen from each other, and it hits you anyway. And it has a lot of hit stun. It's just, it's very annoying. Not only that, but her lasso has a lot of range too. She's one of those characters that's extremely annoying to play versus. But I think that about does it. We only got a couple more shaders and abilities here to show off. Yeah, Wonder Woman's probably my least used character. I just have no interest in playing her. The last time that I played her was when she got the Wonder Woman movie gear, and I haven't made a video with her since. But that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Oh man, my head is kind of hurting and my voice, I'm losing my voice. But I wanted to do one huge, giant, big, immense, epic, and a legendary gear showcase for you guys. And now I'm gonna get something to eat before I get more of a headache. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Final shaders here for Wonder Woman. It was fun trying to grind for the legendary pieces of gear. I acquired 16 in total, and that is a lot, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you guys literally watched the entire thing from start to finish, write in the comment section. I really appreciate it. And that's gonna be it, guys. The final gear showcase video that I'm gonna do for Injustice 2. That's it. That's all the gear that I'm probably gonna get. Well, I mean, I'll get some extra gear, but realistically, like for a lot of these characters, I have almost all their gear, or all their epic gear, which is the important thing anyway. So I don't see myself getting too many different pieces that are gonna be worthy enough to make another one of these. Like, even if they add more epic gear, I'm probably not gonna do a new one. So this is the final one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Almost 2 hours. We didn't cross the 2-hour mark, which I'm very happy about, but it's still a long video. Probably my longest like single just normal video that I've recorded ever on my channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the final epic and legendary gear showcase, and I'll see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys subscribed if you are not already. Also, check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.